Little fasted cardio to start my day again. This time, some outdoor cycling. Just a quick 10, 12 mile ride. Taking me up anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, especially if I stop and video a little bit. I'll do a little arms later on my mission to drop 10 pounds, new dad bodybuilding, and yeah, feeling great. And I had a thought, I was talking to somebody last night, client, about, they're also my age. He's a doctor, he's got a couple kids. He's really on a mission to get shredded. You can see his abs for the first time. He sees them a little bit, but they're not fully there. So he started his, actually I interviewed him on the podcast, Pavan. Super cool dude. Second time trying to lose weight with us. And he's going through a phase now where it's not happening quick enough. He's seeing results, but they're not quick enough. 2 pounds a month maybe, which is my standard amazing, because that's consistency, and that's, I think, healthy, and it's more sustainable to lose it slower because you're going to keep it off. You don't have to gain it and then lose it again. Long story short, is that he's at this point where he wants to start cutting foods even more. And I had a conversation with him saying that's not the best approach, because you want to try to keep your metabolic rate as high as possible. When you first start losing weight, you need to be in a deficit, obviously. That's how you lose weight, calorie in versus calorie out. Calories, plural. Now, at some point, you start losing weight and your metabolic rate starts to become more efficient. So your metabolism actually slows down because you don't need all those calories anymore. So that's why you start losing weight slower. So the weight loss, goes down a little bit. So he asked me if he can, cut here, cut there. I said, no, I would suggest carb cycling. If that's what you really want to do on your workout days, you can have a little bit more carbs. On your non-workout days, just cardio, or, if you're not working out, you don't need those extra carbs. Sure, we can do some carb cycling, but I would suggest increasing your fats during those days to keep your metabolic rate and to keep total calories up for the duration and keep the average up. So in other words, the idea of losing weight, or at least increasing your metabolic rate, increasing your metabolism, manipulating your metabolism, is to eventually eat more food or be able to handle more food and not store fat, right? So that's the idea ultimately. A lot of people, most people that I see, and you may be one of them, is that you either diet healthy or not healthy, crash diet, or you do it nicely, and you get to a certain point where you get a little bit more confident and you feel like you can stop doing the things that got you there to begin with. So you start gaining weight again. And you get to the cycle of, lose weight, gain weight, yo-yo dieting. Okay, I'm sure you've, been there, done there, or at least know somebody who's been there and done that. But that's okay. But the thing with that is you never really get to your goal. It's kind of like this, you just always, and maybe there's sometimes, maybe that's what you like. You like the challenge of getting that initial weight off. But then once you get there, the maintenance is actually the hard part. My point is, once you get to a certain body fat level, the goal is to kind of increase your food. The goal is to increase your food so you can have a low body fat level with increased food. So now your metabolic rate is cranking. Now that takes time. It takes, discipline, and that takes patience, and that takes a lot of work. And I feel like in the beginning, to lose weight, it's easy. Losing weight is easy. You can just cut your carbs. You can just take out breakfast or intermittent fasting, whatever you want to call it. You can just reduce your calories or go super strict, lose weight. But how are you going to maintain that?